Okay, welcome to BT Exploit, where we talk about anything related in cybersecurity. So for today's topic, we're going to talk about the basics of Linux terminal. So the goal for today is just to be aware on what are the typical commands that we use in Linux OS. And Linux is a very crucial skill. It's a very crucial skill to have, especially if you're in a cybersecurity career. This is simply because most of the tools in digital forensics or penetration testing runs on Linux OS. However, it's actually recommended to have both Windows and Linux as your platform, because there are also tools that works effectively in Windows. So better to have both. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna start with the shortcut keys. So what are the shortcut keys that we typically use? So the first is, let's change the font size. So we can do this by doing Ctrl Shift plus. There you go. Let's try to do LS here. So Ctrl Shift plus to increase the font size of the terminal, and Control minus if you want to decrease the font size of your terminal. Okay, let's just adjust this a little bit. There you go. And then if you want to clear the screen, you do Control L, and that will clear the screen. You can also accomplish this by using clear command. So same idea, but Control L is faster. And then if you want to search for recent commands that you type, just do Control R. Like for example LS. So basically it will show you like the commands that you recently typed in Linux terminal. And then another important shortcut key that we typically use is the home and end key. So for example, if I type cd space home Kali desktop, right? So if you want to go to the start of the command line, just hit the home button, and notice that the cursor went to the first letter, the C. And you can press end if you want to go to the end of the command line. This is useful if you're trying to like edit or modify the commands that you're entering, especially for the long ones. And then what else? Let's do Control L again here. Control L to clear. And another very important command that you need to learn for shortcut is Ctrl C. So Ctrl C is if you want to abort a command. Control C. So this works for any tool that you're using. So for example, if you want to cancel the command, or if it's taking too long to finish, so just do Control C. And I want to discuss the file system of Linux really quick. So if you go to the home, to the top level of the file system, this is the typical folders that you will see. And I'm not really gonna discuss them one by one, but I'm just gonna show you a website where you can actually, visit if you want to know the meaning or the purpose of each folder. And basically the important folders here are the bin and sbin. So basically these are where the executable programs are stored. And then let me just close this really quick. And if you want to learn more about these these folders, you can actually just go to this wiki page, and it will discuss to you like the meaning of each folder, why each folders are there. Okay. All right, so the next one is let's try to check the, let's try to log in as root account. So you log in as root account by typing sudo su minus, and we'll ask for the root password. Just type the Kali for the password, and now you should be logged in as root. So you will notice that by checking the the sign right here. So the hashtag sign means that you're currently logged in as root, and the dollar sign means that you're logged in as user. So that's like that's the sign, the symbol that you need to check to see if you're logged in as root or not. So another important command is adding a new user. So let's say, for example, let's try to add btexploit as username. So type the parameter -m means create a home directory for that user. So just press enter, and then if you're gonna go to home, you should see that the command, the -m, actually created a new folder for the btexploit user. So the next thing that you need to do is it's always better to assign a password for a user, for any user that you created. So you do that by doing passwd, then the user btexploit, and press enter. Then it will ask for the password. Just type the password that you want and press enter, and retype it, then press enter again. And there you go. So we've assigned a password for the new user that we created. The next thing that you need to do when you create a user is basically you want to add this to the sudo group. Okay, so for this one, you can go to user mod -a. -a means add, and -g means add this to the sudo group. So let's type sudo btexploit. There you go. So we just added the btexploit user to the sudo group. So the last step that you can do to create a new user is by typing chsh means login as shell, and -s means that you want this particular shell for this particular user. And let's type bin bash then btexploit. There you go. So we just assigned we just configured the new user that we added. So if you want to switch user, just type su, then the username, then type btexploit, press enter, and there you go. So as you can see, we're currently logged in as btexploit, the new user that we just created. And if you type who am I, that validated that we're currently logged in as btexploit. And then if you type ID, it will show you the current privileges, the user privileges of this particular account. So typically the user ID 1000 above are users, new users that you created, and the user ID between 1 to 500 are reserved for system users. Okay, so let's type exit here. There you go, and we're back to the root account. And another command that is very important is cd. So this is the same with Windows. We also have the cd command in Windows. cd allows you to navigate to different folders using terminal. Like for example, if you want to go to cd home, press enter, and it will bring you to the home directory. Now if you want to go to the folder Kali, just type cd Kali, press enter, and you're now inside the Kali folder. And if you want to go to the top of the file system, just do cd space then / press enter, and that will bring you to the top level of the file system. And if you want to move one level up, like for example, let's go to cd home desktop, home Kali. So currently we are in the home Kali directory. So if you want to move one directory up, just type cd space : press enter. And if you notice, we're now one folder up. Okay, now if you want to move one up level, then jump to the next folder. What you need to do is you need to type cd, then type double dots to move one folder up. Then if you want to automatically log in as btexploit to the next folder, just type it like this and press enter. And now you're in the btexploit folder. So what else? This is the pwd. It will show you the directory that you're currently logged in. And then of course ls, we've already been doing this a couple of times, so let me just go to the top level of the directory of the file system, I mean. So if you do ls, it will show you all of the folders and files in that particular file path. And then if you do ls minus la, it will show you it will even show you the files that starts with a dot like this. And it will also show you the L means to show the permissions, which is this one, and the A means to show the files even with the files with the dot. So the dot files are the config files. And well, what else? Let's go to just home Kali, then desktop. So if you want to create a new folder, I'm just gonna show you this really quick. If you want to create a new folder, what you need to do is you need to type mkdir, then the name of the folder. Like for example, this one, btexploit. Press enter, and notice that it created a new folder for us right here. Okay. Then if you want to go inside that folder, just simply type btexploit, and we're inside that folder. And very useful command is the locate command. So the locate command is it basically checks for like files in the file system. However, this would depend on the local database. So the local database is, it's like it basically stores, Linux stores the files, the most recent file search in the local database. So for example, let's try to look for locate btexploit.txt. Press enter. It didn't see it. Let's try to do update db to check if it will be able to update the search. And then let's try to do locate again, btexploit.txt, and there you go. So it found the btexploit.txt in this particular directory. So let's go to cd home Kali downloads. By the way, press tab if you want to do autocomplete, and press enter. So btexploit is inside the downloads folder. And another, just in case that the locate command didn't work, another command that I recommend you to use if you're searching for files in the file system is find. Okay, so for example, find /-name. Okay, and we're looking for btexploit.txt. So this one it's a more comprehensive way of searching files or directories in the file system. So this will take longer. However, this is much more this is much more effective because it scans the whole file system. So right now, if we search for btexploit, it actually found the btexploit folder right here. So I'm gonna cancel this really quick. We can also use wildcards, by the way. So for example, if you're using for if you're looking for files that starts with btxplo, you can simply just put asterisk here, and you can also put asterisk on the beginning and press enter, and it will give you the same result. So this one is it will basically give you search result that anything with btxplo string. So even if it's in the middle, or even if it's in the somewhere in the file name. Let's press cancel here. And then another very important command is gedit. Gedit is like a file editor. So if you want to open a file like example here, btexploit, press enter. We haven't installed it yet, so just press yes to automatically install. Press yes here. So currently it's installing gedit in our machine. Okay, so if you want to open the btexploit text file using gedit, just type gedit btexploit.txt or the name of the file, press enter, and that will open a notepad like program. And this one is basically a text file that contains like some text, as you can see here. And let's close this out. And then another important command that you can use is cat. So if you don't want, if you just want to quickly check the contents of a file, just type cat, then btexploit, the name of the file that you want to see, then press enter, and there you go. So this is like the same contents that we saw in gedit, but we didn't have to leave the terminal. And then head is also very useful. Like let's say head btexploit.txt. It will give you the first 10 lines by default of a particular file. You can actually edit that. For example, if we use the parameter -n, let's say we want to see the first 100 lines of the file btexploit.txt, and there you go. So it actually shown us even the bottom of the file right here. And then another useful command is tail. So if you want to see the end of the file, let's use -n, maybe the last line of a particular file. For this one, let's type btexploit.txt, press enter, then we will see thank you and see you soon, which is basically the last sentence in that particular file. And if the screen is too large, you can actually type the word less. So for example, let's do ls space, then let's go to dev, then pipe, let's use the pipe, then type the word less, then press enter. Then basically it will show you like it will show you the output, which is, this is useful if the output is very big, so it kind of shows you screen by screen. Okay, and then we exit out of this. There you go. And then another important command is git clone. So git clone is if you want to download something from GitHub. So for example, let's try to search for, let's say, volatility 3, and then let's go here. Then let's copy the GitHub link, then let's use git clone to download this file, to download this program, and then press enter, and it's now downloading volatility from GitHub. There you go. So if you do ls, we now have volatility there, There you go. So we have the volatility program right there. So what else? Path is also very important. So if we do echo dollar path, so it will show you the the folders where the programs will run when you type a particular command. So for example, if we want to know the path of let's say ifconfig, so let's type the command which, then ipconfig ifconfig, sorry, which, then ifconfig, then it will show you that the path where this program is saved is usr sbin ifconfig. So this is right here, user sbin, this one right here. So it's included in the path. So basically these are like the programs that will automatically run. You don't need to go to the directory of that program. Just type ifconfig and it will automatically run. So if we mentioned earlier that the sbin contains all of the programs of the Linux distro that you downloaded. So if we go to sbin, press enter. So these are the programs that are currently installed in this Linux distribution, and ifconfig is somewhere in this directory. So when you type ifconfig, it will basically call the sbin folder and run it for us. Okay. However, if just in case that you downloaded a program and if it's not yet installed or configured in your path, you can simply just go to the directory of that program. So for example, we just downloaded volatility. Go to volatility volatility folder, then press ls. So currently it's not added to the path yet. So what we need to do in order to run this is you need to type :space then vol.py then type the word help. Let's just check if it's working. Press enter. Then there you go. So as you can see, volatility is working. So we haven't added it in the path yet. So okay, so for example, if you want to add volatility in the path, just type path equal to dollar path, then the path of volatility 3 right here. Then just press enter. Then we just added volatility in the path. So if we go out to volatility folder, we can just simply type vol.py directly without going to the folder, because we already added it in the path. Let's type vol.py help, press enter. There you go. And this one is only temporary. Okay. If you restart the machine or if you restart the terminal, this will disappear in the path. So as you can see here, the volatility folder has already been added in the path. So if we exit this screen, or if we close this terminal and reopen it, you will notice that it is no longer in the path. There you go. It went back to the default. Okay, and another very useful command is the psaux. So this will show you the running processes of Linux, and this is just like task manager, and you can type the word if the screen for you is too big. You can use the pipe less, so you have more control on what you want to see on the screen, and just keep on pressing enter until it populates everything. So let's quit that. And then actually there's another command called top, which is more likely like Windows, but this one it's like continuously being updated. It's in real time. Okay. And you will see the running processes, the command which user is running them. And let's Ctrl C to cancel. There we go. And then if you want to edit the network interface, go to type gedit, then go to etc network, then interfaces. Press enter, and that will bring you okay, wrong spelling, so it should be interfaces. Press enter. So this is where you edit the this is where you set the IP addresses, the net mask interfaces, static to DHCP, and all of those networking stuff. Let's close this. And if you're troubleshooting network issues, it's always good to restart the networking device by typing service networking, then restart. Press enter. Okay. And what else? Netstat is also very useful command. Just type netstat minus NAP, then it will show you the current activity, the network activity of a machine. And again, you can always use the pipe list if you want to control the output on the screen, and keep on pressing enter until it populates everything. Let's cancel this. And typically what I search for is I search for the established connections. So we use the grep. Grep is used for searching, and -I, then let's look for any processes with established status. So for this, there's like 2 processes with established status, so it seems that it's the browser, and the other one is the update manager. And another tip is look for anything that says listening. Press enter, and you will see the programs that are currently set in listen mode in the machine. Very useful when you're trying to troubleshoot, or if you're trying to check if maybe you have been compromised or something. So what else? Let's try to download a Debian package. I'm gonna show you how to install a Debian package. So let's go to just an example. I'm gonna go to TeamViewer, and let's download the deb package for Linux. And this one right here. Let's download this. Press OK. Okay, so if you want to install a Debian package, all you need to do is to type dpkg-i, then the package name, which is teamviewer.deb, then press enter, and that will start installing TeamViewer for you. Okay. It'll only take a few seconds. There you go, we're done, and it should be installed here now. So if you go for search TeamViewer, and you will see TeamViewer here now. And sometimes we encounter programs that are not yet compiled. You would need to manually compile them. That's the time you would need to use the configure, make, and make install commands to basically compile the source code. So let me give you an example here. Let's just download this Samba program, and let's download the latest one right here. Press save. OK. There you go, it's done. And let's go back to our terminal. And Samba is right here. So if you notice, it's currently in tar.gz format. So tar.tar or .gz, tar.gz, this is like zip in Windows. So in order for us to see the contents of this, you would need to untar this particular file. So if it's tar, all you need to do is type xvf if it's like just a tar program. But if you notice here, there's like gz. So what you would need to add z in the end of the parameter. Then type samba gz and press enter to extract it. Now it's extracting. There you go, it's done. So the folder is now extracted. It's right here. So let's go inside that folder to see the contents of it. There you go. So this is what you would typically see for like a program that is not compiled. So what you would need to do is you would need to compile this program. So you would need to use the commands like configure, then basically configure will configure the system, making sure that you have everything you needed to install this program. Typically, we might encounter errors while doing this because there might be some dependencies that we need to install first in order to compile this particular program. So it's not really something new, or most of the time it's expected to get some errors whenever you try to compile a program. So let's just check if this one will give us any error. This might take a few seconds. And after this, we would need to type the command make, then make install to install the program completely. Okay, so it's done. As you can see, we encountered some error. So apparently there's like some missing programs that we need to install, the pkg config file and also the zip file. So it seems that these programs are missing, and we would need to install this in order for the installation to work. So this is like very typical whenever we try to compile something. For this one, what we would need to do is we need to install this, and sometimes after installing this, we would this program would require like additional dependencies, and the dependencies of this program might require additional dependencies. So basically, you would need to install all of those until you get to the root of the problem, and sometimes it would take a while for you to set up programs like this. So basically, if everything is installed, the next step that you need to do is type make. Make would actually it will just compile the program, and after the make, you will then type make install to install the components. So we're not going to go through all of that because it's a bit time consuming. So let's clear the screen. And another very important command is the version of your operating system. So lsb_release -a, and this one, it will show us the version of our Kali Linux. And if you want to learn more about a particular command, you can use the command man. Then for example, if you want to learn more about ifconfig, press enter, and it will give you the description of that particular command. This is very useful if you're still trying to study. And let's quit. And same with man, but if you want to just quickly check what a program does, you can type the word is and ifconfig, press enter, then it will show you that this is like a command to configure network interface. And same with a propose, then ifconfig, and it will give you like a quick information of that particular command. Man also have like the same feature. Just type man -k, then ifconfig, and it will show you the same information. But those are the commands that you need to familiarize yourself with. And if you want to shut down your machine, just type shutdown, then press enter, and that should shut it down. Actually, shutdown -h to turn it off, or just type the word power off to shut it down. And if you want to reboot it, just type the word reboot. Okay, so we're done for today. So I know we covered a lot of commands, but you know, those commands are actually enough for you to operate a Linux terminal. And but don't stop there. You know, I suggest that you continue learning and make sure that you take notes of all of the commands, because you know, if you don't really use Linux that often, you will eventually forget the commands. So it's really crucial that we familiarize ourselves with these commands, especially if you're pursuing a career in cybersecurity. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.